So what exactly is a database? Well, a database in itself is very simple. All it means is a collection of related information. Now, the example I always used to give was an old-fashioned telephone directory. That is a database of telephone numbers. So for our purposes, a database is a collection of chess games. So you could have a database with just one chess game in it, or you can have a database with millions. Go to the mega database. I think it's 11.7 million or something like that. I'm not exaggerating. And from that basic idea of a collection of chess games, you have so many functions, features, and options using the new ChessBase 26. So how do you create a brand new database? The easiest way, once you've loaded up ChessBase 26, in the Home tab, go to New, create a new database. You can see when I hover over that, it says create a new database. You can also go to the File menu, click New, and New Database. The easiest way is simply to click here. And that's going to open up a Windows Explorer window. And this is where you get to save a database. Now, this is usually the default area for databases. So Documents, ChessBase, and Bases in that folder. So in your Documents folder, which is where most of your stuff gets saved, there's when you install ChessBase, it creates a ChessBase folder. And in that, you've got bases. But you can save a folder anywhere you like. The point is, just remember where your ChessBase bases are kept. And it's always a good idea to start organizing now. So imagine you're doing a filing system. If you just threw every piece of paper into a drawer, well, it's not really a filing system. A lot of people ask me to help them organize their databases. Well, the earlier you start, the easier it is to be able to find that information later on. Because once you put information in, you're going to want to get information out. So you'll see here the name they've got is New Database. But you, of course, can absolutely change that to anything you like. So if you, let's say you're doing a database of games on the Caro-Kann, you could change the name of that to Caro-Kann if you wished, or whatever you like. There are different types of database. PGN is a basic text file that is saved anywhere at all, so it can be used in pretty much any chess program or online. The old-fashioned ChessBase format is the .cbh. I say old-fashioned. It changed in about ChessBase 17, I think, to the newer 2cbh. So these are both the proprietary formats used by ChessBase. You don't need to worry too much about them, but for the purposes of today, we're going to use the 2cbh, which is the latest format that ChessBase uses, which makes things much faster and much simpler to use. So for the purposes of today, we're just going to call it New Database. And just click Create New. And there we go. We have a database. Very simple. Sounded complicated, but actually we've just created a database. The point is, and as you can see here, there's no games. And when you click on it in the database window, there's no games at all. That's because we've just created the database. There's actually nothing in there at the moment. So we need to add a game to that. And the simplest way to do that, if you're starting from scratch, you'll open up a board window, enter your game. So I'm just going to enter some moves from the PowerBook. Okay, let's say we want to study this position. Then you can go to File, Save Game As, and then it gives you a list of databases that are on your computer. Now that's the new database that we've just created. If you're not sure which database or it's not on that list, hit Other. That will then open up the different folders on your computer so you can find that database. But yeah, so if we go back to Save Game As, save it onto New Database, click OK. Here you can enter different information. So if you have the name of the player who was white, the player who was black, the tournament, ELO ratings. You can even go into who annotated it, the rating. But as I say, for today, very simple. We're just creating that database. So we're going to click OK. All you've got there is Enter New Game and the moves. If we go back out of the board window, now we'll go back to our database and you can see it's actually got a game in there. So not a lot of information in there so far, but in ChessBase, we can click on it, we can click on the game, and then even in the little board window here, we can play through that game. And that's it. That's all it is. I say there's a lot of people think that databases are very complicated. They're not at all. It's a collection of chess games Very easy to do. And that is how you create a new database.